Hi, my name is Shannon. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. Thanks so much for reviewing my assignment. In this assignment, I'm going to attempt to explain the difference between an algorithmic reverb and a convolution reverb. So I've got Logic Pro open, and I've recorded a very simple keyboard line into it, and I'm gonna apply it. This over here is an algorithmic reverb, and this over here is a convolution one. The difference between the two is quite simple. The algorithmic one serves the same function as a synthesizer, in the sense that you are using maths or an algorithm to create a reverb sound or the sense of a room around a recording that you have, which is cool because it gives you a lot of parameters which you can manipulate to get the sound that you want. But on the other hand, it doesn't always sound as authentic as the convolution reverb, because the convolution reverb is actually, it works like a sampler in the sense that it is a set of pre-recorded impulse responses in different environments and in different rooms. So it sounds very genuine, but it also kind of, there's not a lot you can do to affect those pre-recorded samples because they are samples. So let's have a listen to the two, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about all these parameters here. Here's your room size. Obviously that's self-explanatory. How big is the room that you'd like the sound to be in? The room shape is also important. How is the sound going to be bouncing off the different sides of the room? How many different sides are there, and corners specifically? Stereo bass is over here. High cut is cool because the general rule is that the further something is away from you, the less the high frequencies will bounce back, because the materials in the room absorb those high frequencies. So something that is far away will sound duller, and that also gives good sort of distance indicators, the high cut. Density, how heavy is your reverb? Reverb time, how sort of spread out is it? This is your dry wet mix over here. So your initial delay you can control over here. 10 milliseconds is what we've got it on now. So let's have a listen. That's it bypassed. Can affect the pre-delay. The room shape. Your stereo bass makes it sound closer, further away. Your initial delay over here in milliseconds. Your sonic spread. High cut. Tucks it in nicely. Density. Reverb time. It spreads out quite a lot there. And then finally your dry wet mix. So here you're hearing more of the wet sound. Here you're only hearing the dry. And here's your balance. Dry wet. Alright. So that's your algorithmic one. As you can see, there are many different ways you can affect it. Your convolution reverb is a little bit simpler in the sense that you literally just choose a sort of pre-recorded set of impulse responses from which you will gain your reverb. So if you go to like outdoor spaces, we can find here a big barrel. Shall we try that? Let's bypass this one. That's what my keyboard sounds like in a big barrel. The nice thing about this particular one, the Space Designer in Logic, is that it's got a built-in filter, which is great because you can affect that wet sound, which is important because it's important to discern, for the listener to be able to discern between the dry sound and what they're hearing in the delays. So this filter helps you to do that over time. How will that wet sound change over the sort of feedback, which is the length of the delay. And here we've got delay length right there. Cool. So in reflection, I think that I much prefer the convolution reverb because I think it sounds more authentic, and it's also a little more fun, although I think that the algorithmic reverb allows you to understand the sort of physics of it much better when you're playing around with it. So thank you very much for assessing my assignment, and any feedback would be welcome. Thanks.